This is the KRINK Special Limited Edition G-Shock watch. This is it here. Let me go show you the box and the tin that it comes in. KRINK stands for, well, basically KRINK is a graffiti artist's company. He goes by KR. His name is Craig Castillo, and so KR plus Ink is KRINK. He's a graffiti artist that I believe started out in San Francisco and then moved to New York, and you know, sort of became a bit famous for his styles and stuff. His style is that where he uses ink that kind of drips down and has sort of a distinctive look to it, and he also tends to use a lot of metallic and stuff like that. So anyway, KRINK is his company. It's his initials, you know, his sort of not really initials, but symbol is KR and then plus ink, because he sells ink. So you can actually buy in art supply stores and online, you know, his ink by the company KRINK. Anyway, so let me show you the tin that it comes in. It's the old style tin. Like from the 90s, if you would buy any G-Shock, it would sort of come in a tin like this. Not this color, but with this branding, but this size. Nowadays, the G-Shock tins are thinner, about half this size, or maybe 3/4 of this size, but this is the old school type tin. So as you can see, it says KRINK New York City on it in the signature silver metallic gray kind of color. Also says KRINK right there. And then on the bottom, KRINK is a trademark of KRINK Inc. So if you open up the tin, this is a little bit more standard. Inside you've got your foam, and then the watch goes in that slot. You've got the tag right here. This is the DW6900KR-8. That's the model number. And then, you know, your instruction manuals are down there. So let's take a closer look at the watch. Okay, so this is the watch up close, and as you can see, it's got quite a distinctive style. One of the unique things about this particular watch is the face of it is all mirror. And I'm not just talking about the area around where you can see the display, but the actual LCD panel as well is a mirror finish. So that's quite unique. I don't believe I know of any other G-Shock watch that has that. So it's a mirror finish, and then the time is displayed in black. Let's take a look at the backlight. As you can see, the backlight is blue. Pretty nice backlight. And then the band of it is sort of this metallic gray or metallic silver type look. It's got a distinctive look to it, and again, this is a limited edition watch. Only a certain limited number of these were produced, so they're a bit rare and hard to find. And as time goes on, I think they're going to be even harder to find because of the fact that only certain numbers of these were actually produced. But I think this watch came out only about 3 or 4 months ago, back in, I believe it was March 2011. Other than that, it's pretty much, you know, your standard G-Shock 6900 in terms of all the features and everything. You know, you've got your stopwatch. Actually, that's your alarm. You know, your standard alarm, timer, countdown timer, stopwatch, and then back to the time mode. It's got the day of the week and the calendar and the month, and then your time. It also has flash alert, where you can turn that on by holding this down, and then every time the alarm goes off, it would also flash the backlight. This is the 1289 module, so it's good up to, I believe, the calendar is good up to the year 2039. Casio is slowly rolling in new modules that go up to 2099. However, this is the older module. The old sort of original or old school module from the quote-unquote archives. One of the things I don't like about it is that it says KRINK in 5 different places on the watch, so that's a little bit annoying to me. It says KRINK right there on the face of it. Going down the watch on the band, it says KRINK there. Then on the back of the watch, the back case back, it says KRINK. Then on the other side of the band, it says KRINK also. And then also on the keeper, too, it says KRINK. So that's 5 different places where it says KRINK. In my opinion, that's a little bit much. Luckily, it's not, doesn't say KRINK too brightly, and from a distance you can't really see it or whatever. I mean, sort of blends in. So, it's a good looking watch if you like this color. I don't know that I necessarily wear a lot of gray, so I may be selling this watch, but mainly it's a collectible and I might just hold on to it for that reason. And it's a nice style if you like these colors. I just typically don't wear this color, but as you can see, the band is sort of a matte finish. It's sort of a metallic silver color, much like the metallic pens that you used to get a lot as a kid, and it's not a glossy band, it's more of a matte band, as you can see. And then the back side is just a standard sort of gray, so the back side doesn't have the paint. One of the things about that though is if you wear this watch, it'll show signs of wear easier than other G-Shocks because the band, the paint might wear off or show rub marks or stuff like that. So that's something to be aware of. But it's a different kind of watch also in that I think the face of it is a lot more elegant. If you can notice, they don't have any lettering around the dial. Most other G-Shocks have small letterings around the dial that say like illumination or things like that. This one, they've got rid of that. And the only lettering is the KRINK logo here. It says KRINK New York City on the top. And then down here it says Casio. So the dial is quite elegant and clean in terms of the look of it. And the Craig Casio had a lot of input into the design of this watch to put his KRINK elements into it. Anyway, this has been my look of the KRINK G-Shock. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, and I will see you in my next video.